Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate taking time out of y'all's busy schedule. Stop in and see what it is I'm up to. It is Thursday, the 11th of August, 2022. Going on 5 o'clock in the afternoon. 81 degrees Fahrenheit out there, 77% humidity, 27 degrees Celsius here in Jacksonville, Northeast Florida. Oh, I am headed to the daughter's house for dinner. I had intended to go over there earlier today to watch the monsters, but they had orientation at their new school this afternoon, so I didn't go. But it's all right. It's been raining off and on all afternoon. So, not that makes a huge difference about going over there in the afternoon. Rain isn't a major problem for me to drive in, unless it's, a hurricane or some huge storm. So let's go this way today, just because when I got fuel the other day, there was a question. There's the gas station right there. So it's $3.69, so it's $3.70. 20 some odd cents higher than Sam's, which is a little bit further away. I actually went out of my way to go to Sam's the other day just to shoot a video. So, it's, I've shot a video on the way to Sam's going down the one road. It's got all the speed humps or whatnot in it. And, I don't know, it's 7 minutes or something like that. It's a little less than 2 miles, maybe a mile and a half. But the way that I went, I twisted around in and through neighborhoods and whatever. So, just to add some time. But, going this way, of course, I've got the traffic light. And I'm going to need to sit here for a little while. I probably would have gotten a light coming the other way as well. I would come out this late going the other way. So, nothing but a saying. So let's see, what else? Anything else really happening? Not really. Ideas seem to come around. Oh, that's a cute little camper. Ideas seem to come around at like the most inopportune times. So I've been thinking about making a table or countertop of some sort on my new step / porch. And I've been thinking of doing like a lagoon style table. It's one of the ones that kind of swivels around and you pivot it out of your way and what have you. I brushed my hair in the car and it's all over the place. Sassy Kate walked me out to the truck the other day, and she looked underneath it. She looked down on the floor, and it's like there's a whole dog down there. And she's, oh, look at all the hair. I was like, yeah, I know, I shed like a dog. She thought I meant that I had a dog that was shedding. No, I shed like a dog. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, a lagoon table. I've been thinking about that, and I'll probably end up making one to go up on the porch like that, just because. The thing is, like, what do I make it out of that's going to be weather resistant? Most of them are made out of like plywood or something like that. So I need like the nylon that the cutting board is made out of, only huge, you know. So the other thing is, like, I've got a 55-gallon drum out there. When I had it on outside of the other porch, and I used it a lot. I did, you know, my fire burns on that, and all kinds of stuff. So I put it back out there. My brother took all my bricks. I need to get them back. But I was thinking of put some type of a top to put on it, make it into a table. Well, of course, this happens as I'm, you know, falling asleep or trying to go to sleep. And then the idea is just kind of like, you know, well, how about instead of that metal drum that's starting to rust, I get a plastic drum and then cover it with, you know, some plastic wood. You know, that's a fairly decent table right there. Composite wood or whatever it is made out of, you know, recycled plastic. Now, it wouldn't be as fireproof as a metal drum, but I could always put something on top of it, which is, you know, where my mind is going. It's like, okay, so get a piece of aluminum diamond plate. Well, if I'm going to get a piece of aluminum diamond plate to go on top of the composite wood, I may as well just get a piece of aluminum diamond plate, right? I mean, you know, why get both things? So, there's something touching up there on the dashboard, squeaking. So, anyway, you know, like I said, just trying to go to sleep, and the mind is going like all over the place. I start thinking, like, I've got that other set of steps out there, and while a lot of it isn't in decent condition, the steps are still solid. They're 2x10s or 2x12s, so they're big, thick chunks of wood. They'd make a really nice top, right? Just get them off, and make a table out of those. But then I started thinking also, it's like, all right, behind the shed, you got that 8-inch piece of PVC drain pipe. It's about 5.5 feet long. Drive half of that into the ground, or drive part of that into the ground until it's the right height that you want it, and then take those steps and make them so they fit on top of it. That's a cool idea. But then to go back to the barrel, it's like, but you can take the barrel and cut a door in the side of it and put a shelf in there, and yeah, you know, great storage idea. Would I ever actually wrap up my extension cord and put it back in on that shelf? Maybe occasionally. That's just, you know, I know me. So, will any of those ideas come to fruition? I don't know. I do like the idea of getting that old step apart and reusing parts of it. So that's a real possibility. Although, you know, like last night, it was late. It wasn't real bad outside, but I went out and I had to go to the dumpster, take a load to the dumpster. And by the time I got back, it's only, what, 300 feet, maybe 400 feet walking altogether. And I was gasping for air. Not like tired, worn out, just like my lungs were tired of pulling that humid air in, even though it wasn't all that humid. So, it's still August. I've got another 4 weeks, I guess. Depends on a lot of variables, but usually mid-September things start to mellow out. So I'll look forward to that. Maybe I'll be able to get this truck cleaned out about then too. I started doing that the other night. Well, took a few things out of the back, and then, like I said, just gets to a point where, you know, I made 3 trips. I think, yeah, 3 trips out to the truck and back in, and it was like, that's it. No more today. And it's not like it just, you know, go in and you're done. No. It takes me a while to get my breathing back and whatnot. So CHF is not any fun. I could probably sit. I was watching a video yesterday. One of the guys I watch occasionally. He's on a trip with his 4Runner, and he let it sit in idle all night, like 8 hours. And he burned like 2 gallons of gas. So that's not terrible. I don't know that the Brent buggy would get quite that well, but you know, I sit in here with it idling and do all kinds of other stuff. I could probably clean up at least what I can reach. So that's a good possibility. Get rid of some of that squeaking, and I mean, a lot of the stuff will end up right back up on the dashboard. But yeah, there's junk up there. But there's, you know, like, oh, what do I got up there? I've got my 2 solar panels. I thought I had my earpiece in. That means this is probably going to be I don't know if you're going to be able to hear me or not on any of this. So, I had it in when I walked out of the house. Then I brushed my hair when I got in the truck and knocked it out. So I put it on the dashboard. Totally forgot about it. All right, it is several hours later. My daughter made an incredible meatloaf. It was stuffed with cream cheese and spinach, and then it was covered with a crust of hash browns and shredded cheese. Oh man, she has come a long way with her culinary skills. Oh, green beans with onions and bacon, and yeah, wow. So anyway, as you can undoubtedly tell, this ear mic picked up while it was sitting up there on the dashboard. So what can I say? It is what it is, right? So on the ride home, of course, I got you at a different angle. Hopefully there's going to be enough lighting, because it is, what, 8 o'clock or something? Yeah, just a little bit after 8 o'clock, so it's what, 3 hours or so after. Anyhow, I made a couple of these up. I may have said something about these. They're glow-in-the-dark little beads. And I told the boys that they're baby stars. And they're like, what? And we'll take them in the closet where it's dark and they'll glow. And they were all super excited, telling the older boys that they've got baby stars. They'll learn one day. The Pop lied to them all the time, but it was meant in fun. It wasn't a bad lie. White lies. Yeah, I know, you shouldn't do any lying, right? But, oh well. And that's bothered me. I didn't feel like trying to look at traffic through that curve. So, anyway, they told me about their new school. The two older boys also told me about their school. The one is starting middle school this year, and the other one is starting high school. So, big change for everybody. Kind of sad that it's the end of an era over at the school they've been attending, because I've been going to that school ever since TJ was in pre-K, and now he's going into 9th grade. So at one point I had all but one of my grandkids over there, and if you counted the 2 extra grands, then I had 9 kids there at one point. 9 or 10. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I had 8 kids at one point. So, because the The one 11-year-old wasn't there when the now 5-year-old started. He's been trying to get teachers that will teach to his level. You know, when you're in 4th or 5th grade, you're reading at an 8th grade level. 6th grade, what was he? Yeah, he was in 6th grade last year, reading at college entrance levels. You know, math skills are unbelievable. He does math calculations in his head that people need calculators for. And he's just like, no, that's easy. We have to show your work. What work? You just do blah, 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 blah. It's like, yeah, that work. Anyhow. To me, that's totally amazing. I've got problems doing simple multiplication and division. I mean, I know some tricks or whatnot, and I can generally get it figured out on paper. I can't do it in my head unless it's really simple. Or I can do approximations, which are always kind of fun. Like tonight, we were trying to figure out, my son-in-law is looking at bigger trucks, like 1-ton dually trucks to pull a big dumpster trailer, or a travel trailer, or whatever. And we were looking at it. There was one truck that was 22 years old and had 50,000 miles on it. So, I mean, that's low, you know? So, like, you think about it, it's like, okay, 50,000 miles divided by 22. Well, take the 22, make that 25. That's 2,000 miles a year, you know, roughly. So if he did 2,500 miles a year, or 2,250, or whatever the exact number is, doesn't really matter. Somewhere around 2,000 to 3,000 miles a year. That's some low mileage, you know? Or maybe he did 5,000 miles one year and nothing the next. Just going, you know, out camping or what have you. So, you know, approximate. Exact numbers don't really matter. And I know there's people out there going, yes, it does. That comes out to, you know, 2.798. Whatever. It's close enough. So anyway, yeah. The boys are all excited about going to these new schools, which is fantastic, I think. They're all enthused. The oldest one, he's not my oldest grandson. He's actually got a stepbrother who is 20, I think. I think he's 20, going to be 21. Maybe he's 19, going to be 20. I don't know. He's another one to be very proud of. But the freshman in high school, he's like, I'm going to do great this year. I'm going to keep my grades up because my dad said if I keep my grades up, I can get my car. Okay. That's a goal. Let's see if you can keep to it. So, the oldest one, he's been working with his dad since he was, I don't know, little. 8 or 9 years old, going to work with his dad, and eventually actually working. But he was going to school as an auto mechanic. And the teacher had a transmission shop, and he taught more about transmissions than, automotive in general, although there was enough automotive in general. But Kay kind of excelled at everything he was doing, and the teacher said, I've got a job for you when you graduate. And he did. He put him to work in his transmission shop. And the kid's blown past all the other work, all the other helpers. He can tear apart some of these newer transmissions he was talking about the other day. I have no idea what he was actually talking about, but he seemed to know what he was referencing. But some of these big truck automatics, they've got 8 gears, what have you. And he was talking about how he had one of those on his bench. And I was like, that sounds super complicated. He's like, nah. Not a whole lot different than the Turbo 350 you used to work on. Bet me. He didn't have computers and all that other crazy stuff. But, anyway, he likes what he's doing. He's good at what he's doing. He's happy, so. And he's a good kid to boot. He's got no problem watching the little guys that he has to, or whatever. Helps around the house when he's home, which at his age he's not. He gets done work and is out with friends for hours and comes home at 1 o'clock in the morning, takes a shower. He's up at 6 to go back to work. So, nice to be young. I think there's a table that I want to check out coming up here on the way home. I probably shouldn't grab it, but I think I can reuse a lot of the materials. So we're going to stop and take a look at that here in a little bit. I need to get out of this lane, get over here. Alright. Oh. Anyway. I don't know how long this is getting to be, but it's getting to be pretty long. And I got to put these together and still have a halfway decent length video that y'all might actually listen to all the way through. So I think we're going to go ahead and end this right here. Let me know what you think, folks. Give me a thumbs down or a thumbs up. Leave me a comment wherever it is y'all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. If you'd like to share me around your social media, that'd be Sandoculus. If you want to check me out on Facebook or Instagram, didn't know if I should speed up or slow down. If your loved ones are nearby, give them a kiss and a hug. If they're not, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook Let them know you think about them. Let them know you love them. We ain't promised tomorrow, people. We ain't promised our next breath. So I see y'all again. I hope you have a fantabulous day. It's watching y'all. Bye-bye.